the patterns of nature is to discover the sunan of Allah and therefore to glorify Allah. And so there are these two reasons why every Muslim must be a scientist. And this is why the Muslims have done wonders in science. Therefore, the Muslim goes to nature not because nature is an enemy, like, for instance, the Greeks did. The Muslim goes to study nature not because there is a jinni in nature which he is trying to master or to subdue. Not at all. The Muslim goes to nature because nature is a gift from Allah, which Allah has made musakhar, that is to say, subservient to man, in order that man may live and may fulfill the commandments of Allah.
By observing nature, man has always learned to adapt it to his needs. Ancient irrigation systems are a perfect example of man turning observation into practical knowledge. It isn't necessary to have a scientist's understanding of nature to develop such basic technology. In Europe, it was not until the 16th century that Bernard Palissy presented the first coherent description of the water cycle. He described how water evaporates from the oceans and cools to form clouds. The clouds move inland, where they rise, condense, and fall as rain. The rain gathers in lakes and streams and flows back to the oceans in a continuous cycle. This picture is familiar to us today, but at the time of the Prophet, the prevalent ideas owed more to myth and speculation than to observed fact. In the 7th century BC, Thales of Miletus believed that surface spray from the oceans was picked up by the winds and carried inland to fall as rain. It was thought that the water returned to the ocean through a great abyss, which Plato called the Tartarus, whereas Aristotle imagined that water vapor from the soil condensed in cool mountain caverns and formed underground lakes that fed springs. The Quran, far from reflecting the common misconceptions of the time, is in close agreement with the facts of modern hydrology. Have you not seen that God makes the clouds move gently, then joins them together, then makes them a heap? You see raindrops issuing from within them. Surat An-Nur, verse 43. It is God who sends the winds, and they raise the clouds. Then he spreads them in the sky as he wills, breaking them into fragments until you see raindrops falling from within them. Then when he has made them reach those of his servants he wills, see how they rejoice. Even though before they received the rain, they were dumb with despair. Surat Ar-Rum, verse 48. Science is the study of the material world and of the way in which the processes of nature work. Spiritual teachings, as in the Quranic revelation, present an overview. Have you not seen that God sent water down from the sky and led it through sources in the ground? Then he caused sown fields of different colors to grow. Surat Az-Zumar, verse 21.